What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with the weekly reset in Destiny 2 for the 24th of December. And of course, Season of Dawn continues on this pretty festive week. There are a couple of bits of content to talk about. Also, the Dawning is still live in the game. We can keep working on that stuff, and we have the Iron Banner for the first time this season, so we'll round up all of the rewards and relevant info, content for the week, our vendors, Pinnacle drops, challenges, and everything else you'd expect in the weekly reset. So guys, if you find the video useful, a rating below really helps me out, but otherwise let's get into it. Firstly, if you guys are celebrating the festive season, however you're celebrating it, hopefully you'll be getting some time off, and so whatever you are doing, I hope you guys have a good one. In terms of the game this week, the Dawning is the gift that keeps on giving. Or well, I suppose we're giving the gifts on the most part, but we can keep earning the triumphs for that, hunting god rolls on the Cold Front SMG. And I do have a full guide on all of the recipes and that stuff, which I'll link below if you want to check it out. But otherwise, make sure not to sleep on the Dawning bounties for XP, especially for unlocking the Season Pass. And the Dawning will be running up until the weekly reset on January 14th, so we've got plenty of time left. Up next, when it comes to the endgame for Season of Dawn, of course the Sundial is a big part of that, and this week, of course, we've got the challenge refresh for the powerful gear, but on top of this we do have a new boss, so it's going to be Tazarok, the Sun Eater, which I'm guessing will be kind of similar to the other couple of bosses that we've had. But nonetheless, bear that in mind if you are tracking triumphs and things like that this week. Otherwise, in terms of quests and things like that, it doesn't look like we have anything new on the Sundial or on Saint 14 in the tower, but otherwise, of course, there is still the Tower Obelisk to continue upgrading. Actually something I need to work on myself, and I'd say it's worth getting all this stuff kind of completed and done before we get any additional quests in January, just in case it acts as a precursor or anything like that. Otherwise though, in the tower, the Iron Banner has returned to the game, and of course it's the first time inside of Season of Dawn. Initially, Bungie did say just a few days back that we won't be getting the Iron Banner bow they previewed in the roadmap image, but it's something we're going to have to wait until next season for. Otherwise, the engram for this Iron Banner works pretty much the same as the other ones we've had. We'll have the Pinnacle bounties, and there is the Iron Triage 2.0 set. I know not everybody is absolutely hyped to be picking that set up for a third time, but of course you can get some very good enhanced mods and rolls from Iron Engrams, but you will need to complete the quest to unlock the new armor and the rest of the inventory, so at least from the database preview for the quest, the second step does require final blows with scout rifles. We need 25 of those, 6 matches completed, and 20 zones captured. The third step needs 30 zones captured, 100 opponents defeated, and 20 shotgun final blows. Then there is Pump Iron to get 15 super defeats, 40 zones, and 15 final blows with hand cannons. It looks like the zone step could be persistent across all of the other steps. But finally, you'll need 10 rocket launcher final blows and 15 matches completed. And so just in case you were wondering, that's a loose preview of what you can expect from the Iron Banner quest. And be sure to let us know in the comment section if Iron Banner this week is something you'll be focusing on. Of course, the Pinnacle drops are definitely very useful, but also that weekly XP if the Season Pass is something that you're focusing on is going to be pretty helpful as well. Of course though, we then do have our Pinnacle Rewards, so a lot of the stuff sticking on the moon in the form of the Nightmare Hunts, of course the dungeon, and we've got the new raid right there, and the challenge this week, in case you are tracking them, will be the 0 to 100 challenge inside of Garden of Salvation. All of this stuff able to drop Pinnacle Rewards, and then of course there are the Nightfalls and things like that, which we'll talk about in just a second. However, if you are wondering about Flashpoint this week, it's going to be over on Titan, so bear that in mind. But seeing as we have a pretty new season, but also a brand new event, let's take a look at the Eververse Store right here. So on the front page, of course, as always, we've got stuff featured for silver. You can check those out. But we also have Get That Bread, which you can currently pick up for Bright Dust. So this is one of the new emotes for the event, which is a pretty cool looking thing. It is 3,250 Bright Dust if you want to pick it up. We've also got the Winterview shell, which is another new one right there. So yeah, a couple of things you can pick up this week once again. Or sorry, this one's a little bit cheaper, 2,850 Bright Dust. But we've also got the Sweet Entrance Transmat Effect and the Dawning Tranquility shader right there. And then our consumables and things like that. But scrolling all the way down to the Bright Dust section, we've got the Get That Bread once again. We've got the Cerulean Flash ship, as well as the Brilliant Narcissus. And then we've got the Polar Vortex. So you can be rolling around on a polar bear, like there. Looking a little bit stilted, but once again, Winterview shell and the Jasper Dawn shell and the Frostborn ornament for the Black Talon. So if you want to be super wintry as you destroy enemies with your sword, it's totally a thing. We've got the Howling Blizzard Transmat effect, as well as the Ice Ball effects Transmat effect, and the Aniline, if that's how you say it, shock emote, and the Dawning Celebration shader. Sorry, shader. It's not an emote, is it? It's a shader. Man, gotta get my stuff together. The Nightfall ordeal this week will be over on Mercury, so that's going to be one of the 2 Mercury Nightfalls. But for classic Nightfalls, we do have the Lake of Shadows. And of course, here you can pick up the Militia's Birthright. We've got the Strange Terrain Strike as well, where you can get the Braytech Osprey, and then the Festering Core, which is one of the new strikes from Shadowkeep, so I don't believe that has a strike unique drop. But nonetheless, those are the traditional Nightfalls for this week. To some of our legacy content though, we've got the Menagerie with normal mode. That's got Solar Singe, Grounded, and Brawler for modifiers today. But then Heroic has Extinguish, Match Game, Attrition, and Arc Singe. However, if it's the Reckoning that you want to jump into, we've got Void Singe and Grenadier up today. But then for Leviathan raid challenges, if you are wanting to jump in, we've got the Prestige version with Arsenal, and the weapons this week are going to be a Kinetic Auto Rifle, an Energy Auto Rifle, and then anything in the power slot. Finally, for our legacy content, we have the Escalation Protocol, and this week's boss will be Nora Bath, the Crest of Zol. And when you take the boss down, you randomly have a chance to pick up the Ikelos shotgun. Of course, the first trench barrel shotgun that we had. But then over in Dreaming City, this week the Shattered Ruins is going to be the Ascendant Challenge, and that's the one that you access via the Spine of Keres. If any of you are newer players and still completing those, I'll run some gameplay at the end of the video with the location and gameplay of the challenge itself. But final thing to mention here would be some known issues from Bungie's blog. So they have now said that the European Dead Zone Obelisk sometimes cannot be accessed, and a current workaround for that is to continuously load the loading zone right next to the obelisk, because every time you do it, it puts you in a different instance. And the bug has something to do with players that are in the same game as you at the time. So just in case you happen to have missed that, that's the fix. But they're also tracking a problem where the Green with Envy and Heart of the Dragon quests sometimes won't update while playing and completing Gambit or Crucible matches. On top of this, players need to hit the Mythic Infamy rank to progress the Gambit Green with Envy quest step, and not the Fabled rank. But then Bungie are also tracking a problem where Warlocks cannot blink jump after switching weapons or cancelling sprint. And to point out that players who accept or complete a quest from Osiris will need to back out of his menu entirely and interact with him again to continue picking up other quests. Then they're also tracking a flashing notification above Tess Everest in the tower, which is something they're hoping to fix shortly. And so there we go guys, that is Reset for this week. Once again, whatever you get up to over the next few days, I hope you have an awesome time. Get plenty of rest, plenty of merriment, and I'll be keeping you posted with Destiny content here on the channel. And so if you are new around here, be sure to hit subscribe, but if you found the video useful, a like rating is very much appreciated. Be sure to let me know in the comment section what you're going to be up to this week. And also, if you fancy it, then check out my sponsor at Into the AM, who have some really awesome clothing. Got a few sales on at the moment, as well as really cool collections of graphic print shirts, hats, hoodies, a bunch of other stuff, so you can check that out if you like and save 10% in the store using code Houndish at checkout. The link for that is down below, but otherwise guys, thank you as always for tuning in, and whatever you get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.
Guardian down.